Howdy there, gamers.
Hello.
We've got the penultimate match of the tournament tonight. Taechuk versus ChainChompBraden to determine the grand finals matchup. So
whoever wins here gets a rematch against you, since you're the reason we're both in the lower bracket.
Wait,
true.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Also, I will say now, with this tournament for the first time, I've been wanting to do an art prize, like make an art prize for the winner. That does not apply to me if I end up winning grands. So whoever wins this by default gets that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
Maple,
raises
if you win,
the stakes a bit.
If you win, Maple, we all have to do an art thing for you.
We all do a commission for you.
Yeah.
Fire up the Microsoft Paint.
Oh my god.
Oh hey, box seats updated's on the first list.
Oh my god.
Alright, posting this in voiceless. Taechuk bans 1, Braden bans 2, and then Taechuk will pick from floating boat, box seats updated, square panels, small island, and circle bounce. Alright, just making sure live split is functional.
Gonna ban Small Island.
I knew that was gonna be your ban.
Yeah.
I think I know my bans here. Ban. Circle bounce. And square panels.
Oh no. Why is box seats updated still there? Alright, floating boat.
It'd be funny if we pick that.
Floating boat and box seats updated are the remaining 2 stages, both of which have been played this tournament. Fun fact.
How do you feel about box seats?
I have not had the chance to play it yet in the tournament. I've just been watching everyone play it.
Good news.
Finally, it's my turn.
Oh, this is really exciting. This is the best start possible.
What? Now that it's finally my turn, watch, I never get it a single time.
How many times has this stage been picked?
At
Like
least
3, 4?
twice before
At
this.
least
So minimum, it's tied for the most picked stage currently.
I know it would be my, I think, second time playing this.
Yeah. Cause you played it in a match.
Oh, then Manx and Moo also played this too, so this is the 4th time.
Would it be the 4th or would it be the 3rd? I don't know. I've been keeping track of this, so when I go with the VOD and the sheet and all that, because I want to post statistics when the tournament's over. Anyway, I'm gonna banish you both to the Shadow Realm now.
Oh, no. Alright, good luck.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun to you both. See you on the other side. Alright, both of these gamers have been muted and deafened. This is either the 3rd or 4th time that this stage has been played in this tournament already. That is wild to me. And also, record on this stage is a 56-357 by Braden. So this is... Oh, this is exciting. This is exciting. Braden is ready. Braden is not even warming up, just Saying ready. Taechuk is ready as well. On go. 3, 2, 1, go. And the lower finals have begun. These are two of the best players that this game has seen on one of the most formidable stages that this game has ever seen. Pretty much, you run around that starting platform Dorito, charge up that mighty easel spin dash, hit that bumper, bounce over to the goal platform, and hope that you don't get destroyed by the gap in between the stages, the goalposts, all that good stuff. That is going to be a 54-480 from Taechuk within the first minute. Getting a very solid time up on the board. But still, with much time to spare compared to record, I would not be surprised if both players hit 55s, if not something faster. Taechuk goal-posted another finish. Ooh, 55-291 from Braden, taking the lead. Already putting a 55 up on the board. That is very, very strong. Already putting up a 56, a 56-089. It does not matter how incredibly talented both of these players are at this game. That could definitely be a winning time. That is incredibly strong. And instantaneously, Taechuk makes me eat my words. A 56-094. This is a podium match. So, both players have hit 56s. What? That is absolutely absurd. I honestly don't know really what to say at this point, because, like, this is uncanny. Like, what? My goodness. This is... I want everyone watching this live, watching the VOD back. No way. 56-184 for Braden. I want everyone watching this, whether it's live or watching the VOD back on YouTube. This stage is not, this strat is not as easy as they are making it look. They are just rattling finishes off left and right. Taechuk just had a really good attempt that sort of landed in that dead zone between the two platforms. That was a really quick attempt that he had, but still sort of in that pocket where not quite enough distance to speed to make it all the way to the platform that the goal is on, but also would have had to cut the speed back in order to land on that platform before it. We've got a minute left. I don't know. I don't know what to say at this point. I do not know what to say. Taechuk is having attempt after attempt that is just barely missing that goal platform. It's looking like Taechuk is having more attempts sort of get low hits with a lot of speed. He might have just reset a winning time. Oh no, that might have ended up being like a 1-9 or even a 2XX. That was tragic. 5 seconds left. Last attempt for both players. Braden is in the hole. Taechuk gets too much height. Braden takes game 1. Taechuk might have had that. I am so curious to know what that time would have been. Because I think he reset at a 2:14, maybe? So, it would have been slightly slower than that, but not by much. Braden asking if it was first to 1 win. No, it was not. It is first to 4 wins. It is a best of 7. And Braden will ban 1. Taechuk will pick from Switch and Go, Emoticon, Cosmic Clouds, Gap Lane, and Arena. Already off to an absolutely blazing start. This is making me very happy. This is making me one happy TO right now. ChainChompBraden banning Gap Lane, apologizing to the stage and saying that he only likes it on regular speed. Interesting. So that leaves Switch and Go, Emoticon, Cosmic Clouds, and Arena as the remaining options. Taechuk asking if DLC is okay. Braden giving the thumbs up to Crewmate and Godzilla. And Arena is going to be the pick. And Braden says as well as Miku. However, Miku, I don't know if she actually has any records. Arena is the pick. We're staying in Neon Arena. A record on this stage is a 58.538 by Manx. I used to have record 2 milliseconds slower than that, and I'm just finding out that I lost that record. I need to go back to that one at some point and take it back. This is going to be a very reset-heavy stage. Buckle up, everybody, because we have a 2.5 stage lined up for you tonight. I'd better take my jacket off because I'm not going to have an opportunity during this stage because they're going to be hitting times so many times that I'm going to have to be constantly watching the screen. Both players are ready. On go. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, game 2 of the lower finals. In this stage, the floor is much like Vanishing Floor, which we saw in upper bracket finals. The other 6-1, it's a 58.506 from Braden. There's a lot of shiny, shimmery, light blue floor that is somewhat transparent, and it pulses on and off. So it's a little bit hard to tell where you are at times. However, we are speedrunners, we just run forward, we release our spin dashes, and we go straight into the goal. At least that is ideally what we want to have happen. The issue, why it's not quite that straightforward, is the platform that we are clipping off of on this stage is a circle. That's not ideal for a strat like this, and that's a 58, 517. Circular platforms, or like rounded edges just in general, like curves or anything like that, are not great when it comes to trying to get clips off of them. Just because of the way sort of the stage geometry works on a fundamental level. It's not like, you know, something as straightforward as a straight edge where you hit it and you go pretty much up. Or in the case of sort of like a line drive clip, where you hit the edge and go kind of sideways with it as well. No, with curved edges, especially when you're sort of hitting a central point by two curves, it's a little bit unpredictable as to what is going to happen. On this stage, you want to have a really, really low hit, like super, super low, but still enough height to ideally make it into the goal, or you can also get like an absurdly low hit, bounce, and then bounce into the goal. But that is not the most reliable thing ever. So the stage is, in a sense, it's kind of a lottery. Because like you really like, there's a lot of precision with your initial line, how much of your spin dash you're charging, when exactly you're releasing it. But there is also a bit of luck to it as well, sort of, you know, figuring what type of collision are you going to be getting off of that circle. There are ways to, there's another 506 from Braden. There are ways to sort of shift that effectively RNG into your favor, but it's still not the most reliable strat ever. It looks like Braden is opting for a slight wiggle. I think Taechuk's doing the same. No, Taechuk, it looks like, might be just going straight forward. That's a 535 from Braden. That is really, really good. $536. Whoa. $55 seconds left. Taechuk pretty much needs a record now. My goodness. $508 from Taechuk. An absurdly good time. But at this point, literally, he needs to get record, pretty much. Like, he either needs record or 1 millisecond slower than it. And that is a tall order for anyone, no matter how good they are at the game. Only 10 seconds left on the clock. This is gonna be last attempt. Braden gets another 536 just for good measure, I guess. Okay. Takes game 2, goes up 2-0. A powerful start, but this is far from over. He still needs 2 more wins. Taechuk far from out of this yet. What in tarnation am I looking at? Braden bans 1, and Taechuk will pick from Broken Cylinder, Sweeper, Tilting Street, Jump and Build, and Dangerous Swamp. There is, I would definitely say, 3 stages on this list that are not necessarily the safest for a battle setting, and Braden opts to ban one of them, banning Sweeper. That personally makes me sad because I think Sweeper is an absolutely kick-ass IL. That being said, I don't exactly know how safe it is in a battle setting. Moo is my username in the Twitch chat asking who is Monkey Ball. To that I say all of us, and yet none of us at the same time. Monkey Ball is merely a concept, a construct, if you will. Taechuk saying, I don't like anything here. That is very fair. We are going to Dangerous Swamp. Very interesting pick. I think we have more circular platform clipping on this one, if I'm remembering correctly. Alright. Dangerous Swamp. Record on this stage is a 57,802 by yours truly. I'll be quite honest, I have record on this stage and I literally have no idea how this strat works. It's kind of a not pleasant one. Braden asking, can we do the regular speed version? Taechuk saying no. Both players are ready. On go. 3, 2, 1, go. So this one is definitely strange. There's kind of a wiggle to the left and then back over to the right, release the spin dash. Ideally, you are going to get a very, very low clip off of that first circular platform as it's lowering down and skip straight over to the goal. This is a disgusting strat though, because you need an edge hit off of a circle while you're going up a ramp and the platform's coming down. It's not cool. I actually don't know if I went left on the record. I, for the life of me, can't remember. I tried to block that IL session out of my memory because it wasn't fun. 56,623 for Braden. Gets a strong time on the board nice and early. That time will most likely get beaten by both players, if I had to guess. Taechuk, it looks like, maybe consulting the record clip to sort of try to get a sense for where he should be aiming, what exactly he needs to be doing. Interesting technique from Braden, backing up and trying to I guess sort of clip the gold banana platform, maybe? Looks like Taechuk was doing some more mid-match studying. Braden getting a lot of clips that are sort of they have good speed, and that's honestly part of the problem. Because the clip is sending him too high, and it's kind of an issue. 679. I like what Taechuk is going for, though. 57, 197. That's really smart from Taechuk, opting to, on the fly, find a more battle-safe strat for a 57. Goes no spin dash and just hops across. What a brilliant on-the-fly bit of strategizing. Now, Braden needs to either figure that out quick or just land the full IL, which is a daunting task in only a minute and a half at this point. Whoa, a 57, 428 for Taechuk. Okay, okay. I'm gonna have to try to remember in the post-match interview to ask Taechuk if he improvised that strat on the fly, because that is brilliant. 45 seconds left. Braden still is falling further and further behind because Taechuk just hit a 559. My goodness. There's a 57, 269. For Braden, putting a 57 on the board, but it's not quite fast enough. And is running out of time. It's only 10 seconds. Last attempt, there's a 373 also for Braden. And that is going to be how it ends. Gets a last second time improvement, but it's just barely not quite enough. Taechuk takes game 3. That was awesome. That was a really cool round. I see this list and I say, put me in, coach. Alright, Taechuk will ban 1 and Braden will pick from Surface, Strikeout, Conveyor Factory, First Slope, and Spiral Zone. Yeah, Taechuk is saying that he found the strat on the fly. That is really impressive. And Braden implying that, same deal on his end as well. First Slope is the ban that is a really good ban against Braden. Braden is an absolute demon on First Slope. Braden posting a very sad looking, I don't know what that is, but It would appear as if he's very sad about that ban. Also, Taechuk saying, thank God I'm not going 0-4 a second time. Taechuk does put a point on the board, needs 3 more to advance to Grand Finals, and needs to get them before Braden can grab 2 more. Spiral Zone is where we are headed. Oh, I love to see this. This is actually one of my favorite super speed ILs. Record on this stage is a 55-199 by Helix. And this record has stood since January 20th of 2025. That is a very long-standing record. Especially for super speed, which was not there at the start of the game. Taechuk already had a really promising looking attempt to warm up. Both players are ready. On go. 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go. Game 4 of the lower finals. Wow, both players instantly starting off by narrowly missing the goal on the right side. Oh, please let this go in. No. I wanted that attempt from Braden to go in so bad. Let's have an attempt go over the top. So this strat's really, really cool. You bounce off of the oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. A 54-765. That was a wickedly cool clear from Braden. So the way this strat works, charge the spin dash, release, bounce on the first part of the first spiral, and then try to edge hit the far side of the first spiral, and then just kind of get low bounces across all of the other spirals all the way over to the goal. It's actually surprisingly not as just utterly cruel an IL as it initially seems like it's going to. Oh, that's a really good start from Braden. Will it go in? No. That goal post is, even with it being the goal arch, which is a little bit bigger than the goal ring, it's mean on this stage because the way the spiral goes, that's sort of, that sort of rotational movement, it pulls you sideways pretty forcefully. And even though baby Super Monkey Ball does like to try to defy physics every chance he gets, sometimes even he can't escape. And 54-984 for Taechuk, taking the lead. What do you mean we're already halfway through? I want this stage to go on for another hour. Taechuk going up and over. Oh, that's a really good start from Braden, but barely doesn't have the height on the last bounce across the last gap. That's a really good start from Taechuk, but hits too far up the spiral and gets sent too far sideways. That's another really good start, but loses that altitude. That's a 55-018 for Braden. We've got a 55 on the board. That being said, we do have almost 2 minutes left, so Taechuk could definitely fire back with a strong 55 of his own and take this lead back. This has definitely been a back and forth, neck and neck stage so far, which makes me very happy because this one is so satisfying to watch. It's so satisfying to play. I'm so happy that we are seeing Spiral Zone in this tournament. I should make this a placement phase stage. I don't think I'll do that because this one could cause issues in a placement phase. Taechuk just barely did not have the distance to skip across the second spiral right from the start. That is not the ideal clip, however, it is still more than possible to get solid 55s doing that. That's a really good start, but hits at just the wrong spot on that spiral in between two boards and shoots sideways. 40 seconds left. Taechuk still behind by less than 0.3 of a second, I believe, if I'm doing the math correctly. There's another 54.9 from Braden. Not a time improvement, but still very, very good. 10 seconds left. Last attempt. Taechuk just barely got that off. Braden not going to find anything. Taechuk needed that edge hit there. Braden takes game 4 and will be going up 3-1. Is on match point. Needs one more. To advance to grand finals. Oh, hell yeah. I'm very excited to see this list not in my match. But I am excited to see it nonetheless. Braden bans one, and Taechuk will pick from Geometric Pattern, Twin Snakes, Punishing Seesaws, Gluttony, and Scattered Floor. Moo asking, can we ban Jet? Here's the thing, Moo, that might be kind of difficult because he's not actually in this game. Neither Monkey Ball Jet nor Sonic the Hedgehog Jet can be found anywhere in this game, so no matter which Jet you're a fan of, you are unfortunately out of luck in the world of Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble. Taechuk saying, that is quite a list, and to that I say I definitely agree. There's a stage that if I were Braden, I would be banning right now. I'm not going to say what it is, though. Gluttony is the ban. Yeah, that checks out, that makes sense. That I definitely think against Taechuk is the correct ban on this list. This forces Taechuk into a very peculiar spot. I'm not 100% sure if I'm remembering correctly, but I feel like Braden has record on at least 3 of the remaining 4 stages. And one of them I'm not sure about. Taechuk saying, I'll gamble on that. Punishing Seesaws! What? Not at all what I expected. Punishing Seesaw's record is a 56-704 by Manx. Oh my goodness. This is going to be interesting. Willie J, thank you so much for the resub. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Taechuk is ready. Braden is ready. On go. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. Taechuk instantly leaving the stage. Was he in? He was in regular. Oh, that could end up being costly. Braden now gets a little bit more time. Gets a 54.997. Gets a time on the board. And on this stage, a time on the board is huge. Braden is on match point. One more game, and Braden will advance to the grand finals. Taechuk needs to win this and then win 2 more in a row. That being said, in this exact same player matchup, Taechuk has been down 1-3 with his back up against the wall in a bracket reset of the second tournament and was able to claw his way back. So he's more than capable of doing it, but it is going to be one heck of a task because Braden is one of the best in this game, as is Taechuk. They are both just pushing each other so hard tonight. This has been one hell of a match. I, for one, am not ready for this to end. Minute 40 in. So far, that 54.997 from Braden is the only finish that has happened. This is a very difficult stage to get a clear on because, as you can clearly see, the seesaws are flashing, the visibility is flashing on and off. And you kind of have to release a spin dash and then kind of just skip across really gracefully across all of the seesaws, or just go up with a big clip, which is much slower. However, it is quite a bit more reliable. Ooh, Braden going to get a slightly slower 54. Almost at a 56 there. I think this stage has also been played this tournament. I want to say in one of Banu's matches. Can't remember which opponent of theirs. I think that's when we saw it. I could be completely wrong. Oh, Taechuk just barely misses a goalpost to clear, rather. We are over halfway through. Taechuk still has yet to find a clear. Needs something soon. Time is running out slowly but surely. Still has a decent amount of time, but that will not be the case a minute from now. Braden getting that high 54 early really puts the pressure on, especially with a strat as just utterly cruel as this. That was really close from a Taechuk to being something ridiculous. Gets a time on the board at 53.126. Baby really wanted to give the goal arch a hug there, though. 55.602. For Braden, that's a very powerful time to put up right now. As we approach 1 minute left, but Taechuk with a 55.962. saying I am not done just yet. My goodness. Braden almost had a 56 there. We've got 35 seconds left. This is hype as hell. "25 seconds. The ball is back. The monkey ball, you could say, is back in Braden's court. Can he respond? Can he fire back? 15 seconds to go. 10 seconds left. Braden needs to find pretty much a 56 if he wants to close this out. This is going to be last attempt. And neither player's going to make it. Taechuk takes game number 5. Getting a second point on the board. That turned really intense in like the last minute or so. That was awesome. Switch and Go and Cosmic Clouds are on that list, so we need to re-roll that. I was just thinking, Baby Robo, you've been so good tonight, you haven't actually rolled any double ups. And then Baby Robo was like, yeah, about that. Ooh. Fascinating list. Tay-Bands 1. Braden picks from Symbols, Big Spinners, Suits, Dividing Road, and Bumper Barrage updated. Taechuk scrolling through each stage. This is a list and a half. Dividing Road is the band. That, I think, is very reasonable. I think Braden very recently got record on that stage. But this does seem to be a pretty good list, yeah, for Braden, because now Suits is going to be his pick. You can't ban both. Record on Suits is a 58,667 by Braden. That being said, Braden has played Suits in bracket and did come up short on it. In the winners, or upper bracket semifinals against myself, that was actually our first stage. Very, very close match. And that was actually before Braden had further optimized it all the way up to a mid to high 0.6. So definitely even faster than before. Taechuk says, time to blindly aim. Braden says, ready. Taechuk is ready as well. On go. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, so you do kind of blindly aim on this stage. You gotta get an edge clip off of the start platform as you're falling off of the start platform, and then sort of hop across the sort of trim, or the walls of that start platform straight into the goal, which is right behind the start. It's an incredibly quick IL, over before you know it. The angle of the goal is a little bit janky, and it's a goal ring, which means it's a smaller goal, which makes this even harder. And we are sitting in a situation where Braden is still on match point. Taechuk still needs another 2. So Taechuk's bracket life is on the line and gets a 58,537. Braden gets a 241. But it is still plenty early, so I would not be surprised if both of these players end up finding faster times. That being said, a 5:37 is incredibly good. It is a very, very fast time. There is a non-zero chance that that does end up winning. However, I seriously doubt it given how many times I say, oh, this could be a winning time, and then both players end up blowing that time out of the water. This time I'm going to say, I don't think that's going to be a winning time. Will that have the inverse effect? Is it the commentator's curse? We are going to find out. It is not the commentator's curse as both players instantly beat that time. A 5:52 for Taechuk and a 5:87 for Braden. Braden is in the lead with a monster of a time. And we are halfway through game number 6 of the lower finals for Banana Ball Quickstep number 1. Taechuk needs to find a god-tier time at this point to stay alive and take this to a 7th game. It is definitely doable, but it is going to be very difficult. That was a really good speed to sort of clip ratio that Taechuk had, and then Braden had a few attempts later, but the angle just was not quite right for both of them. Now they're starting to get attempts where they try to hold down the spin dash button a little too early, and then Val just kind of rolls sadly forward without charging the spin dash. That is the Banana Rumble ILing experience in a nutshell. A minute 15 remaining. Braden sitting with a time that definitely could be a winning time, but cannot rest easy, as there's still 1 minute left, and Taechuk is an exceptionally skilled player. "40 seconds left. How do you commentate this at this point? Like, Taechuk needs something quick. It is 22 seconds left. Braden is sitting on match point with a time within 1/10 of a second. This is absurd. Last attempt. A 6:09 from Braden just for good measure on the last attempt. And ChainChompBraden is going to take the lower finals 4-2 to advance to Grands. Moo says in the chat, Maple, is it scary to watch this round knowing you have to fight the winner, or are you straight chillin'? Well, I don't have a straight bone in my body. I'm about as straight as a circle. So, I am going to say I am gay chillin' watching this. get these players undeafened and unmuted. GG's, you two. That was quite the spectacle.
Insane.
But yeah, there were some crazy matches in there.
Yeah.
My goodness. There's... Okay, I need to figure out how to even go about this this post-match interview, because that was 6 absolutely absurd rounds from start to finish. Box seats updated.
Yeah.
Hey, I can beat that. Oh, I can beat that. Oh, he beat that.
Yeah. When you said like the after my initial time, as soon as you hit yours, I was gonna say back, but I didn't want to lose any time.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now I wish I had said that, because that would have given you an opportunity to say a third time.
But that in all caps instead.
Yeah.
Both of you got multiple 56s on that strat. That is absurd.
I had a reset that would have been a 56.1, but you had like, what was it, like a 180 something? That wasn't gonna beat that. That was like a 13 or 14.
I was hungry for box seats updated. I've been hungry for it every time I watched it getting played, and I just had to just sit there wishing I had the controller for it. I finally got to play it.
Let's see, what, Arena. Oh my, good grief.
I did not figure that out.
I don't know if there's much to figure out. You just kind of gotta hope you get
A
really
tiny
low.
bit.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's mostly timing, but I guess the angle might be a bit important on that. But like, I just tried straightforward and didn't seem to work.
Yeah, that one is very cruel because of the whole spin dashing clipping off of a circle.
And you don't see the platform you're dashing off of.
Yeah. I was surprised you picked that stage, Tay. That's like
I had
normally you
no
don't
idea what to
the
pick.
globe.
Like most of those lists, I was like, yeah, no, Braden has done basically most of these. I can't. Like, what was the other picks on that one?
Oh yeah.
Like Cosmic
Yeah, like
Clouds. I wasn't confident enough on that one. Emoticon, not exactly a stage I'm comfortable with. Switch and Go. I mean, we have similar skill sets, I guess. So like, I knew you could definitely just run away with that one. So I was like, yeah, let's just go with the safer route and gamble.
Yeah, that's actually, you had kind of a tough selection of picks there, because I Switch and Go and Emoticon I have the records on, but then it's funny, in both Cosmic Clouds and Arena, I'm 1 millisecond behind record on both of those.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and Braden, 2 milliseconds off twice, including buzzer beating it. That was absurd.
And then a buzzer beater on suits too. I don't know if I got that in time or not.
Yeah, I think you just barely got that. Like at 4:59, I think you got that off. Dangerous Swamp, Taechuk. Did you actually like sight read that battle safe strat?
Yes.
Oh my, that is wild. That is wild.
Like, what do you mean that doesn't work? Like, I was trying to do the strat, and once I just got a bounce, and I'm like, wait a second, I can use that.
I'll have to see what you did after.
The no spin dash.
It's just a press forward, and you release a tiny bit in the air, and you can get a bounce up to the goal. Like no dash. It's dashless. It's dashless.
Oh yeah. By the
Maple,
end,
could use
I was doing like a.
Wait, you're actually so right.
Wait, so the whole thing, no dash whatsoever, or just a tiny
I
window?
dashed at the end for a tiny
Oh
bit
yeah,
of
yeah,
time,
that makes
but
sense
yeah,
then. Yeah,
it's dashless.
I was trying just like a small, not full charge dash at the start at the end. I was almost thinking about switching to Val to see if he could do anything, but I didn't want to.
Probably, but it's slow. I feel like he'd be slower.
Maybe, yeah. I was also
Like
trying at one point, like backing up at the start and seeing if I could, like the little extra
that.
speed from backing up would get across, and it's close. It might be possible. I don't
I
know.
don't understand what the record does on that stage. I'll be honest.
Oh.
It looked so easy,
Okay,
and it doesn't work.
I have record on that stage. I don't understand what record does on that stage. It's
you just get more height for some reason.
You just throw baby at the stage and hope something sticks. That's literally
You throw
how
baby
the
at the
strat
slope.
goes. I just want to say also, I was nerding out the whole time on Spiral Zone. That is one of my favorite stages to IL
It's
and
so
Super
good
Speed.
on-
It's so cool.
I much prefer the regular speed. I really like Spiral Zone on normal speed. Super speed is actually it's much easier, but at the same time it's still pretty hard.
Yeah, that like there are so many ways that it can
But
go wrong.
it's
but
not even close to the same on super speed.
yeah, but both versions of it are just so satisfying to watch.
Yeah.
Like it's such a cool stage to skip over like that.
Yeah, it's a bit of bounce RNG. Sadly, I don't think I had a gold bonk on that one. I didn't. Yeah, no. But I had quite a few attempts that could have, but just didn't at the end.
Yeah, I had one goal bonk pretty early on in Spiral Zone, but
Yeah.
I don't know if it would have been faster than the one I got or not. I'll have to look at it again, but it probably would have been another 55 at least.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to practice that one to get the record on it, so I have both versions.
Ooh.
Do I still have Spiral Zone normal speed?
Oh, let's check.
Yes, I do.
Nice. Alright, punishing seesaws.
I was playing that stage and I was like, wait, why did I pick that? I always lose here. And I won, so I guess I'm not that cursed on it.
My plan from the start was I was just gonna do like a safe strat to get like a starting time, but I spent like 4 of the minutes almost doing the safe strat and not getting much good out of it. So then I was just scrambling at the end trying to get an actual good fast clear, and I didn't.
Yeah, that stage I feel like is definitely like, what if Vanishing Floor and Arena were just indescribably cruel to the player?
What if you had no setup at the start and had to wing it?
Yeah, pretty much.
And the record is just 2 edge clips.
Yeah, that...
Yeah, I got my like...
It sucks so bad.
A 54.9 that I got pretty early. It was like a really slow finish. It's like, all right, whatever. I can still improve. This was a safe strat. And somehow I got 2 more finishes that were even slower than that. And the whole time I'm just thinking, how is Taechuk not posted a faster time than this yet?
Because I couldn't.
Because it's
stage.
punishing seesaws. That's why.
I was being punished. But it worked out in the end. I got lucky.
And then Suits.
Why did you pick that?
Suits is a really interesting one because it's like when you're the one that's behind, like when you don't have the leading time, you kind of get pressured into like doing the setup even faster than you need to. Just like it's like a mental barrier when you're behind there. You like try to scramble it.
That's. I mean, I did have the advantage early on, but like I just couldn't. What's the record on that? I know it's stupid.
667, I believe.
That's not even that far off, actually. Huh.
I still think
I
I think
expected like a
probably
0.8 because ILs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to go at that stage a bit more with Knuckles at some point, but I want to finish my Totalizer first.
Fair enough.
But I mean, both of you put up absurdly fast times on that stage. Like, that one was down to the wire.
Yep. Yeah. I don't feel that bad about that loss, I'll be honest. Like, yes, I'm out. I finally lost a tournament. Dear God. What was that win streak?
But, I mean, your streak of getting podium is still very much alive.
That's true.
That's true, yeah.
That's technically true.
And-
I am third.
And also, like, that was an absurd showing.
Yeah, that was... I don't want to speak against everyone else, but that might have been the craziest round yet.
That definitely was.
56 on bot seats? By both players is not... Like, we've played that stage so much in the tournament. What do you mean a 56?
I think
We both got it.
I think box seats in this set was probably the single round of the tournament at a minimum that was the most absurd. Like, that was an absolutely wild start to the night.
Yeah. That would have been, imagine how crazy it would have been if that was like the match point.
Oh, that would have been
Oh, God.
that would have been disgusting if that had been the match point. And the match point nerves are kicking in, and you both put times up like that. That would have been
It
diabolical.
was definitely a tone setter. It's like, oh God, they're not holding back.
Yeah.
There were like so many times while I was like in the lead on a stage that I was just like looking over in the chat, just waiting, like, hurry up, Maple, hurry up and say there's only a minute left. Hurry up and say last minute. Hurry up. And then I like check the time and there's like still 3.5 minutes left or something.
Yeah.
Like, the previous matches, I did not have a timer on my end, which usually I do. I don't think that changed much, but I definitely felt a bit more pressure. So for some reason, I'm like, where's the time at? Oh God.
Yeah.
Instead of just having a timer that's saying, "Oh God, I have only 2 minutes."
Yeah, I feel like there are definitely advantages and disadvantages to either. I always sort of like recommend players have timers of their own up just in case something happens and for some reason I'm unable to, give the minute or 55 or 50 or 45 second warning. But it's definitely not a requirement. And there definitely are sort of like, I feel like, psychological differences to playing with the timer or without that can play to a player's strengths.
Yeah, another like psychological thing I do, or I should say I try to do, is that like when I don't have a time yet, if like Taechuk or whoever my opponent is, if once they like, I like see in the corner of my eye that they put down a time, I try not to look and see what their time is, just so I can like focus on just like getting my own time. Except every single time I always end up looking. I was like, oh my God, what's that time?
Fair.
I mean, sometimes you have to look to know, like, if you need to change your strat and go for like a full strat or something. But if it's like a stage where you're just going to be like...
On box seats, I was doing the old... Well, I'm not sure if it's the old or the new strat, but like just staying near the start and being like shooting perpendicular instead of towards.
Oh yeah, that's the old.
And then I see your 56, and I'm like, oh, I need to change strat, and somehow it worked, and then you beat it anyway.
Yeah, I think I definitely know which stage is going to be the stage used as the background of the VOD thumbnail for this one.
Oh my God, yes.
But GG's all around to both of
Really
you.
well
That was
played.
a stunning match. Taechuk, congratulations on another podium
Thanks.
finish on a
Hey.
brilliant third place. And
Statistical outlier. I'm gonna average one number one placement eventually.
and
But yeah.
and Braden, congratulations on advancing to the grand finals. Where,
Oh boy.
where we will be rematching once again.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun to look at.
I for one could not be more excited about grand finals. So I will be reaching out to you hopefully tomorrow to schedule that.
Yep.
We have only one match of this tournament left.
That's crazy.
That is wild to think about. I cannot believe that this tournament has flown by this quickly and this efficiently, given the fact that, like, right after the bracket started was the holiday season.
And
Yeah.
games on quick.
Like, this is... Everyone's been schmoovin'. But... wow. Just wow! Wow. I am so happy that I was able to stream and commentate that, because that was a treat.
Well, hopefully your match is gonna be even better.
We shall see. We shall see.
We can go to box seats updated again, Mabel.
Go to game 14.
You know,
God.
I will say this. The first IL tournament for Rolled Out, the grand finals went 15 games.
There was a tie.
There was a tie.
That's so funny.
4-3, 4-3, and there was a tie in there. So, Braden, you know what we gotta do.
Game 16.
Oh, damn, we gotta one-up them.
Yeah.
Gotta get a tie in both sets. But, yeah. Once again, GG's. I'm gonna get hopping
GG.
out of the voice call. Because I'm gonna just sit here geeking out about this match if I don't. So...
Yeah, well, it was well played.
Well played.
GG's, well played, and I hope that both of you have a wonderful night, and I'll catch you
You
both
too.
later.
Yep. Have a good night. See ya.
See ya.
See ya. My goodness, everybody, that is a wrap on the lower bracket. We have one final match of the tournament left. Myself versus ChainChompBraden. The Candy Castle hostess versus the Master of Death. Who will come out on top? Tune in whenever the match gets scheduled for. But thank you all so... Okay, Moo, I've got to call him the Master of Death because of Trials of Death, okay? gotta go with the callback. But that is going to wrap it up for tonight. Thank you all so very, very much for tuning on in and showing the support. Really means a lot. Take care, everyone, and I will catch you all at the grand finale. Bye!